Greetings, my excellent friends. The Dead Monk welcomes you to Purgatory. So I saw this article just summarizing things about the Dune Remake that's coming, and I knew there was going to be a Dune Remake coming out. I don't know if they have a date yet, but whenever that's coming out, I knew that was coming, but that's really all I knew about it, so I wanted to read this and see what else they have to say about it. Now, yeah, the one thing I did know is the director, Denis Villeneuve, and I'm not sure if he's the right choice for this. I mean, the best thing to give us an indication, I think, is Blade Runner 2049. I mean, there's also The Arrival, but... no, Blade Runner 2049, I was a little disappointed with that. It did a good job with the atmosphere. It felt very much like Blade Runner. The visuals, the music, everything really good. But, I don't know, I think it just lacked the humanity of Blade Runner. And don't try to tell me that Deckard was a replicant, because if Deckard were a replicant, that would ruin the entire point of the movie, and then the movie's pointless and stupid. He's not a replicant. The whole movie, he's lost his humanity, whereas this replicant is gaining humanity and has to show him his own humanity. I mean, if he's a replicant, it's just stupid. It's just one replicant hunting another replicant. It's dumb. Anyway, all that was just missing from Blade Runner 2049. So, yeah, I'm not sure if he's right for Dune. It could work. But, I mean, I love everything Dune. All the books. The stuff written by his son and Kevin J. Anderson, I think. Not all of that's great, but all the stuff written by Frank Herbert, great. I admit, I like the David Lynch movie from the 80s. I think it's good fun. It's a little silly, but hey, it's David Lynch. The miniseries, they made 2 miniseries back in around 2000 or so. And yeah, I like those. The Dune miniseries did a much better job of portraying what happened in the book. However, it just lacked that charm of the David Lynch movie. So now we're going back to Dune. It's been a while. I want to say it's been about 15 years. Going back to Dune, we're going to visit it again. As I said, could be good. I'm just not sure with the director. But yeah, I'll definitely give him a shot. I mean, it's not like they gave it to Jar Jar Abrams and then I already know it's going to be garbage. No, Denis Villeneuve, I think he can do a good job. I'm just not sure if he's right. So let's see what we have here. Alright, so when Legendary Entertainment acquired Dune's rights from Frank Herbert's estate in 2016, nobody could have predicted the number of stars that would orbit around this fictional desert planet. Director Denis Villeneuve, who signed to take the helm of the production, has said that Dune is a Star Wars for adults. No, not really. I think it's extraordinary, says actor Javier Bardem, who will play a key character in the adaptation. Javier Bardem. We're gonna have him play. I don't know who would I have him play. Maybe they'll tell us. Alright, anyway. It talks about current issues even though it was written in the 60s. It takes place in a world that has revolted and killed machines as we know them today. And it talks about what happens when we don't take care of the earth and when we ignore the terrible social differences that we have created ourselves and how in the future not so far away we will pay the consequences. You can say that, although Earth isn't even in the books. Dune takes place in a far future when humanity has mastered interstellar space travel despite banning all intelligent machines. The calculations necessary to travel through space are performed by humans enhanced with the spice melange, a powerful drug that gives prescience, clairvoyance, and that can also double the human lifespan, but which can only be harvested in Arrakis, an inhospitable desert planet infested with gigantic sandworms. Yeah. Oh, they've started filming. Alright, good, good. Yeah, alright. We're just, basically the plot here. We don't need to read that. Dune is basically Star Wars in a desert planet. You mean Star Wars? Half of Star Wars is on Tatooine. Populated by survivalist Dothrakis and Sarlaccs? What? No, both of those are wrong. Where the Force works like heroin and the Emperor Palpatine is considered a wonderful role model for elementary school's career day? What are these people on about? I think they're on the heroin. Incidentally, both George Lucas and George Martin drank heavily from Dune's fountain to write Star Wars and Game of Thrones, so these commonalities are not a coincidence. I'm sorry. Having a desert setting doesn't mean it's Dune. Alright, whatever. The first attempt to adapt Dune was 1974, with would-be director Alejandro Jodorowsky. Yeah, that didn't happen. Star Wars. Wait, really? David Lynch was originally going to direct Return of the Jedi? Is that true? If that's true, I didn't know that. Wow, that would have been an odd movie. I kind of want to see what a David Lynch Return of the Jedi would have been like. That sounds great. Sadly, despite receiving positive feedback about its stunning visuals and sound production, the 1984 adaptation bombed critically and commercially. Yeah, it didn't do that well. Like I said though, I really like it. And it was also accused at the same time the AIDS epidemic claimed thousands of victims of being one of the most homophobic movies ever made? I do not remember this at all. I've never heard this before. What are they referring to in the movie? It's just been a while since I've seen it, but I have no idea what they're talking about. No, I've never heard this before. Huh. Alright. Well, whatever. The next attempt didn't come until 2003 when the Sci-Fi Channel created Children of Dune. No. A 3-part miniseries based on Dune sequels, Dune Messiah and Children. No, before that they made a miniseries based on Dune. This article's all wrong. So, yeah, I don't know if that last statement's true, because this is completely wrong. Yeah, they did make a Children of Dune series based on Children of Dune and Dune Messiah. But first, they did Dune. It's a couple years before that. It had, what's his name? It had William Hurt in it. And I can't remember who else was in it. It's been a long time. Now, yeah, the sequel to that, Children of Dune, did have James McAvoy, one of the earliest things he's in. Susan Sarandon, yeah, blah blah blah. But no, they just completely left out the Dune miniseries. CBR, you're trash. Villeneuve has said he won't be remaking Lynch's Dune or even getting inspiration from Jodorowsky's concept art, but that he will be making the Dune movie of his dreams and drawing directly from Frank Herbert's novel. Okay, that's good. That's good. I feel like you have a hard... If you want to really come from the novel, I feel like you'd have a hard time doing that in 2 hours. Oh. Speak of the devil. He's already confirmed that 2020's Dune will only cover the first half of the book. Oh, so it comes out next year. Alright. Yeah, the first half of the book. Okay, so splitting it into two. I feel a little bit better about Villeneuve if they're doing the book in two movies at least. Because, yeah, his stuff is very slow. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. No, what? What? Alright, so from Brian Herbert, that's Frank Herbert's son. I've just received draft number 4 of this Dune screenplay from Legendary Pictures. This is for the first movie, covering approximately half of the novel Dune. I'm very excited and pleased about this, and I'm beginning to burn the midnight oil. Okay. But then after that, CBR says, however, Fran Herbert's unfinished saga contains 5 books, so it's definitely possible there might be more than 2 movies. No, Frank Herbert wrote 6 books, and he had more planned, but then he died. Oh man, is anything right in this article? I don't believe anything now. I'm starting to not even believe there's actually going to be a Dune movie. They have everything else wrong. God. Do they have editors? Do they fact check anything? So yeah, no, this claim up here that I've never heard of before, Dune being one of the most homophobic movies ever made, I'm thinking that's probably utter bollocks. Because, yeah, well, nothing else in this is correct. Alright, additionally, he's developing The Sisterhood, a TV series based on the Bene Gesserit, about secretive sisterhood that use the spice melange to acquire prescient powers and clairvoyance that let them manipulate the events in the Dune universe. So is this going to be like a prequel? I don't know. But alright, I guess there's a TV show coming too. Alright, looks like we have some casting here. Paul Atreides will be played by Timothée Chalamet. Who's he? Interstellar, Call Me By Your Name. I don't know this guy. Trying to remember how old Paul is by the end of Dune. Well, I guess this is only the first half of it where he is a little younger. Yeah, alright. Because, yeah, this guy looks a little young. Why do they keep mentioning Star Wars? Stop it. Star Wars again. And speaking of Star Wars, Oscar Isaac will be playing Letho Atreides. Letho? His name's Leto. Leto, L-E-T-O, Leto. Oh, they probably just misspelled it there. Alright, rounding out the Atreides family, Lady Jessica, Paul's mother, and member of the Bene Gesserit will be played by Rebecca Ferguson. Alright, that sounds good, yeah. Well, I think she could be a good Lady Jessica. Now, Oscar Isaac as Leto, or Letho Atreides? I don't see that. He doesn't seem right. In the David Lynch movie, it was Jurgen Proncho. How do you say his name? He was great. He was a great Leto. William Hurt played Leto in the miniseries. So, but yeah, Oscar Isaac? No, I don't think that's right. I don't see him in that role. No, but Rebecca Ferguson, yeah, that's fine. Like, she'll be good. The Fremen, yeah. Will be played by Javier Bardem as Stilgar. So that's alright. That's what they have Javier Bardem as. Yeah, I guess he could be okay for that. And by Zendaya as Chani. She's from Spider-Man. I haven't seen those movies. I assume they mean the new Spider-Mans. Zendaya. I don't know who she is. So she's Chani. Alright. Whatever. Harkonnen family is in the best villainous hand with Stellan Skarsgård as the Baron. Okay, yeah. And fellow MCU actor Dave Bautista as Beast Raban. Oh yeah, that's perfect casting there. Yeah, yeah. Dave Bautista as Beast. Yeah. Raban Harkonnen. Yeah. What about Fade Routher, played by Sting in the David Lynch movie? No Fade Routher? Yeah, we'll see. Alright, rounding up the star-studded roll call of Josh Brolin, who played Gunny Halleck. Yeah, that's alright. I mean, he's no Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart was great in Gunny Halleck, but yeah, no, I can see Josh Brolin, that's fine. Charlotte Rampling as Reverend Mother Mohan. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. David Dustmalkin as Pater de Vries. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Charlotte Rampling is either. Finally, Duck in Idaho will be played by Jason Momoa. Okay. Alright, that's another one. I'm not sure if that's a good fit. Because this is the most important one to get right. If you don't know Dune, Duck in Idaho, you would have no idea from the first book, but he's the most important character in the series. So if they're going to make more movies than just adapting Dune, this is the most important character to get right. Because you'll see him throughout the series, even though it takes place over thousands of years. So, yeah, I'm not sure if he's right for that. But yeah, he could do that, but as I said, that is the most important character to get right. Alright, well that's about it. Well, scheduled release date November 20th, 2020. Alright, so nobody else there. Alright, I want to know who's Fade Routher. Fade Routher is very important in the first book. Well, that's the only time he's in there. But, yeah, okay. Alright. So, mostly feeling good about this. Don't like a couple of the casting choices. There's Fade Routher. I know it's... Well, I could say I'm sure it's going to look great. Visually, it'll, be really good. Hopefully he does a good job adapting the story. So, we have about 16 months or so to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you are too. So until next time, be excellent to each other. Farewell. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it and would like to encourage me to make more, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again. A bientôt.